What's going on, guys? rBangerz here. What has simultaneously gotten worse and more expensive? Cable TV. Yo, who still watches cable TV? You have so many things like Amazon, Prime, Netflix, Hulu, YouTube. I don't know, that just seems a little outdated. New homes. Cookie cutter houses built with cheap contractors who cut corners left and right, situated in neighborhoods with ever higher HOA fees, and the HOAs are getting more expensive too. Yeah, I don't even know what HOA fees are even good for. Like, I don't know, maybe it gives you discounts. I don't know, maybe there's a pool or something like that. I don't know, they just seem so unnecessary. It's like pretty much just like paying membership fees, which if you're buying a house, why do you need membership fees to live in your own house? I don't understand that. My university education, specifically this year, they're raising tuition and fall semester has no in-person sessions. Yeah, see, in that situation, it sounds bad, but I would just take some time off until you know what's over, because I don't get, if you're paying that much money and you can't even sit in the classes, then what are you paying for? Because, I mean, college in itself, like, the professors are only supplementing the material, and then, like, you gotta learn it either on your own free time, or you have to go to a tutor, or supplemental instruction. Like, at that point, you really are either being taught the crap by a tutor, or you're teaching yourself the crap, because in-class stuff is only supplementation, so at the very least, they could let you guys just sit in the class. I don't know, wear masks and gloves. And then on top of that, like, other countries, they give you free tuition. Some countries, I think, even pay you to, like, get higher education. So, and then on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, like, if, like, enrollment goes down, that means general tuition goes up. And yeah, just screw all that crap, man. It's just such a sham. Health insurance, that's another thing. I don't get why. Okay, and then again, like, some countries have bad health insurance, and some countries have bad health care, but then other countries have good health insurance and good health care. And then, like, if we're talking about the United States, we have really high health insurance, and then, like, your health care still depends on where you're getting it, which that's just crazy to me. And then, I don't know, I just understand why we don't get free health care and health insurance, because, like, you shouldn't have to pay for something to keep you alive. And there could be people arguing, like, oh, overpopulation, but it's just like, why would you willingly let people to continue to be sick? That's just bizarre to me. There used to be this burger joint called Joe's Cable Car near me. Great place, I miss it so much. A few months before it closed down, I was there, and the owner, Joe, was having a heated conversation with one of his suppliers on the phone. After he hung up, he looked over at me and just said, "Price goes up, quality goes down." It took me a while to realize that was an asshole supplier he was dealing with. Just a fact of life. People like Joe can't tolerate that. That's why the truly great things never last. Only the mediocre things are able to endure long enough to degrade into the universally hated embodiment of entropy that the physical world allows for. Ain't that just the honest truth? Because it's just like, to make quality things, it just takes so much time, energy, and resources that people just only use nowadays. Like, they're so focused on the rate of production that, hey, as long as they get the product out and people are buying it, that's all that matters. And there's so many examples, like, say the iPhone, like, or the new Android, like, there's a new one every single year, and there's like hardly anything different. And I don't know if it's just me, but it always feels like it feels cheaper and cheaper. Like, you could apply that to a lot of crap. Like, I feel like things built way back in the day were just made so much better and just lasted so much longer. And it's just like the things you get now, they're just meant to break fast and last long enough until the next thing comes out to replace it with. But that's just my opinion. Clothes. Even a sweater from the Gap is like $70 now, even though the quality is about 10% better than Old Navy. God damn it, clothes retailers, settle down or I will go naked. Edit. To the people suggesting thrift stores, I agree. It's thrilling to find something special and cheap. You wash it, you're good to go. Plus, retail clothing is so fucking expensive nowadays that I would rather someone else take the hit of driving it off the lot. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Like, I personally don't go to thrift stores because it sounds weird. Like, I wouldn't go somewhere to pay a lot of money for clothes, but I also don't like the feeling of wearing clothes that other people have been in. And something I do, which I don't know, other people may not agree with, but I'll get clothes from somewhere like Walmart, or I know it's expensive, but you could go to Target, or they call it Target, get some clothes there. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, if it serves its purpose to, like, clothe your body, then it's doing a great job. And if you could pay $5 for something that lasts a year or two, then I think you're winning. But hey, don't waste money on expensive clothes, because at the end of the day, it's going to wear out eventually, and all it does is just cover your body. So just a little food for thought. Certain house appliances. My grandma has had the same fridge for 40 years. My parents recently had to replace theirs. It's their third in 20 years. Yeah, just like I said earlier, things built way back then were built with such like time, quality, and care that they were just meant to last, and things today are only made to like match the rate of consumer purchasing. It's just, I don't know, just like I said, things today now are just made so cheaply, it's just, if you don't need it, it's just not worth getting it, honestly. As a somewhat older person born in the late 60s, fucking everything. Clothes fall apart and there are no classic styles anymore unless you want to pay out of the nose. Christmas ornaments are just junk now. It's heartbreaking when I think about my teens and 20s. My first job in an apartment I could run with cash left over for concerts on the reg. It was awesome and I'm now just wondering what's left. If I didn't have an aunt and mom who care so much about me, I'd probably just give up the ghost. I've had my good years, and now trying to re-enter the employment market and trying to adult again is disheartening. I can never afford an apartment on my own anymore, and I don't get along well with a lot of people. I value my privacy. It's a college world out there now, and with only a high school education, and even with 15 years of admin experience, people pay absolute shit, and my work ethic has taken a deep dive because if I make things more efficient, they'll get rid of me and hire a part-timer rather than giving me a raise or anything. Never used to be that way. Then again, there were no human resources departments back then. It was just a small personnel office. The name alone shows how companies think of their people, just a resource. Edit, wow, I didn't expect my little D-tribe to get so much attention. Thanks. And that's just somebody in the 60s now, just telling you that everything is, in general, is just becoming more expensive while at the same time just becoming more cheaply made. And it's just like, the standard of living does not reflect the minimum wage, for example. Like, just working a part-time job now, you can't even live off of that yet. Even part-time jobs just have so many requirements just to get hired. I could see why it's disheartening because even like now college degrees are starting to become the minimum and years of experience in entry-level jobs, which won't even hire you if you don't have any experience, yet that's what you need to get the experience. It's just such a clusterfuck out there that I can just relate to that on so many levels. But I'm going to end the video here. Thank you for watching, and if you made it this far, how about you consider subscribing? And if I haven't sold you yet, I'll link a playlist right here to all of my other AskReddit videos. I upload every day, and my content will be growing, so if you're into that, stay tuned. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.